timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his fifth! 13! 13! Can you believe it?
Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver. As always, joined by our man of mystery, Sharpy.
Hello. Now that was fine.
That was better. We're having some connection issues. Thanks for tuning in, whether it's on YouTube or Spotify. We might branch out to Apple Music maybe one day, or Apple, whatever the fuck it's called.
They just have a podcast app.
Do they?
Yeah, it's just Apple Podcasts.
Well, that shows how much I know about Apple because I've just got Spotify. Like, I'm surprised that many. Anyway, we'll move past that.
Spotify's on anything, but it's okay. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I just feel like, why does people not have Spotify and they have Apple Music? Like, difficult choices. All-Star Weekend happened on the weekend, and I mean, I missed a bit of it, but we'll start where we have to start, really, and it's the All-Star game. Now, Tatum broke the record for the most points scored, but I was saying to Lockie, who's absent today because he's sick, I forgot to mention that.
I thought he was a footy.
No, he's a big crook. But as I was saying, I just think, I was saying to Lockie, I feel like they need to class the records differently. They can't just say, like, Tatum's got the record for the All-Star game when there is no one playing defense. He just took the most shots. And he made them. But, like, you're taking 15 uncontested threes, you're probably going to get close to a record. And I think that it's a serious problem. And I know that not David Stern, geez, that's a throwback.
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver's come out and said that he's happy with how it is. I guess, where do you stand? And what did you think on the draft? I didn't mind the draft sort of thing, but I kind of still miss the East versus West. And a bit of, any sort of competitiveness. What's your stance on that?
Yeah, well, I think it's the best players, they just don't want to get injured. So they're just not going to try.
Yeah.
So I saw I think it was on TikTok. Can't remember, but it was, they're not going to care because there's nothing to play for, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's a win. You win the All-Star game. It's a sense of pride. But I mean, you're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
Like it says 13 times say if someone makes an All-Star team, it says 13 times All-Star, not 13 times All-Star, 5 times won the All-Star game.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you do to fix it though? I mean, because they've tried a lot of things. They've tried, I guess they've tried changing it from East and West to this draft system, which I still prefer the East and West. We've mentioned before Team World versus Team USA, but that probably wouldn't work because then you have to draft. You wouldn't be able to go East and West. You would have to go by nationality, so that All-Stars wouldn't exactly work out. I guess, I've got an idea of, I don't think it's a good idea, but what would you do to fix the All-Star game?
I reckon do what they do with the rookie showcase and just have it in divisions. But that's not what they do in the rookie game. But have it in the divisions split up into games, even though there's 5 or 6, I can't remember. And then just have the smaller games where it's like first to 40 or something, and then just have the teams, the best out of those, versus each other.
Yeah.
Like in the end.
I know that I'm not a big fan of this whole mid-season tournament that's coming in. I kind of find it like players are already sitting out enough, and you heard Anthony Edwards came out and said a fair bit about it, and I actually agree with him about sitting out games and playing when you're available and you're not really injured. I don't know why, of all things, they're going to add more games to the schedule with a mid-season tournament or whatever. Like, I know that it could be something cool, but I know, and it feels like it hasn't been mentioned in a while. Like, you don't hear many commentators or like even the ESPN and all that, they don't really talk about that anymore. But I thought, now this could be a very stupid idea, and it probably is, but I think if you want competitiveness in the All-Star game, go back to East and West. And I think, now this could be a bad idea, but whoever wins the All-Star game gets another win on their team's record. And then that could sway the top teams to play harder, because if they want to get home court advantage for, say, the finals. But I don't. What did you think of that idea? That could
I
be.
feel like in that situation, like there'll be a lot of people jeopardizing things if it's an East and West, because the Eastern teams would, and say if there's a player on the team, there's more players from one team in the Eastern Conference that are in the All-Star game. Like a lot of them would be trying to jeopardize that, so they don't win.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, because I feel the only reason I think that like they'll want to do it is because hypothetically, if a team, the top 4 teams are the only teams probably going for that top spot, really. So if they've got multiple All-Stars, but I guess if there's teams like in the 8th spot that have got 1 or 2 All-Stars, they're not going to really care. But I think that's just one idea. I know they've tried to bring in the whole donations to charity, whatever, but I think they just know that if they want to donate money to charity, they can do it out of their own pocket anyway. So,
and also with the donations to charity, like who wins the quarter, like they can just go like quarter for quarter on that one. You can easily, like both teams could come off good in that situation.
What do you think about the whole in-season tournament thing coming up, though? Are you looking forward to it when it does happen? I don't even know when it's meant to happen, but
I wouldn't. I'm not really excited for that. And like, I mean, like what do you get out of it? Like that's what I want to see. Like, what do you get out of it?
A bubble
If it's going to be good or not? Because like with the play-in tournament, like that you get something out of it. But with the mid-season tournament, like, I mean, there's two picks in this year's draft, I think, or one that's been forfeited. Maybe you have the competition to see who gets that.
That's actually a really good idea. Just throwing another pick there. Like, obviously teams aren't gonna, or players aren't gonna fight over a second rounder or something.
Maybe bring in a 31st pick in the first round. Maybe
that's actually a good point.
Like a wild card pick in the draft.
Yeah, and that
just
gives
for that mid-season tournament.
Gives like a team like the Lakers a reason to try hard when they got no future.
Exactly.
And it could be,
but it's like you can make it like a non-tradable pick as well.
Yeah.
But like it's not top 10. Like it can't be top 10. It's 31.
Yeah. Something needs to change though. That was like I watched it a bit on my lunch break, and after like 5 minutes, I just turned it off. I'm like, this is disgusting. And then
I had the pleasure of not being able to watch it, so it was good.
Someone tweeted the one-on-ones that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum had, saying this is exactly what's wrong with the All-Star game, and it's them two on one side of the court and all the others like basically on the bench watching, and they just cleared out to 1v1, and it was a kind of cool spectacle. And a guy tweeted like, yeah, this is what's wrong with it, and then he got roasted in the comments saying, what do you mean this was the best part of the game? And it's like, no, it's pointing out exactly what's wrong with the game. It's just who wants to, like, yes, it's cool seeing people go one-on-one, but even Stephen A said, you see players go harder in summer and training camp, and I get they can not afford to get injured that early, but you're less concerned about getting injured that early as you are this late in the season. But they go harder in those pickup games pre-season than they do in the All-Star game. And it's frustrating when like you look back at some of the All-Star games that were played earlier with like even Kobe when he was in it. Giannis's first year in the All-Star game, I reckon he won the MVP, I'm pretty sure, because he was actually trying. And he was kind of slated for it at the time. But you look back at it now and it's like, fuck, what you would do to get that back. But you did mention the rookie showcase. I think the way that they've got the rookies and showcases and all those sorts of challenges and games and stuff set up, I think that's really good. Like I I watched a bit of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, but like I think the way
I
it's set
watched
up, it's
it all.
really good. Yeah.
I
What are
watched it
your
all
thoughts
because
on it?
Quentin Grimes was playing, and he
With
was just
Giddy.
awesome to watch. Yeah, they were just so good together, those two. It was really good to watch. Quentin Grimes, he deserved that win. Like, this is going to be an unbiased opinion, even though it sounds like it, that he deserved to win that.
Yeah.
Not what's his name? Alvarado. He didn't.
Oh yeah, Jose.
He was copping it heaps for trying hard, and I'm
That's,
in that.
that's
But
what
I mean,
you like
he
to
kind of
see.
was trying a bit,
But
like hard. But
it's what you like to see though. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's just the type of player he is. But like,
yeah, you'd rather see that than like Luca in the All-Star game. Like I know you don't want to get injured and stuff, but it's just
or in like previous rookie games where they were just doing what they were doing in the All-Star game, where they would
yeah,
just have like a solo moment where they will where Zion tried to do
yeah.
those dunks at you, and that where they
Oh,
had
that
the
was fucking horrible.
world versus USA and that.
Yeah. I like and memorable moments come when there's a little bit of competition. Like you look at Kyrie's crossover on Brendan Knight in the showcase. Like,
Hmm.
was that the showcase? Yeah, it was the showcase. You look at things like that are just memorable moments, but none of that. If Zion does a 360 dunk or whatever in a showcase game, yeah, it will be thought about for a week and that's it. No one really cares.
Yeah.
If he posters someone, another rookie or something, that's going to be remembered for a long time, just like that Kyrie situation. But it was better than the All-Star game. I think that's safe to say. And while I'm
Did you
on,
watch the celebrity All-Star game?
I watched a bit of it. I saw the Miz's half court shot.
Yeah. Like, you got to give it. I saw something. It's like he's bringing scripting to basketball. I thought that was funny.
That's a good call.
DK Metcalf though, like,
Oh, yeah,
man's got hot. I know. Like, I saw the video earlier in the week before the game.
I don't know how real that is. That looks like I know he's got hops, but come on now, that looked like it was edited.
I saw a thing that he apparently got randomly chosen for a drug test. He put out a tweet saying he got a text about he's got a drug test and everything now.
Yeah, it's hard. I might put this up on TikTok and see what people think because I think that it's edited, but like, how can you just get that much? It didn't even look like he put that much effort into like preparing to jump. It looked like he's just gone straight up. I'll have to watch it back, but while we're on the rookie showcase, I just want to say one thing. Draymond Green was commentating. I think he was commentating the All-Star game, but he was talking about OKC, and he was saying that in the next couple of years, OKC is going to have to decide between Giddey and Shea because neither one of them can play off ball. Well, he was wording it like that. He's got it like because Giddey can't play off ball when Shea's got it, and vice versa. But I don't think he's seen. Obviously, he hasn't seen much of OKC because he's busy playing himself. But like, you look at Giddey off the ball, he's one of the better cutters in the league. Like, he needs to get maybe a bit better shooting and stuff, which he is because we've got the shooting coach. But him off the ball cutting to the rim, a lot of the OKC team are really good. And like, where OKC are the best offense in 2023. Like, I know it's only been a month and a half, but
It's only been 3 months.
yeah, like, but you look at it, Shea, yes, you want him to learn off ball, but he can still he can cut too. If one of them develops a better 3-point ball, then they're going to be fine off ball. But I got a bit frustrated when he said that they're going to have to choose between both one or the other because they can't have two. I guess he didn't say ball dominant guards, but they are relatively ball dominant. But I don't see how it can't work if like what OKC are currently doing is SGA plays the full 12 minutes and Giddey plays the first 6 minutes. And then when SGA goes to the bench, Giddey runs the second unit for 6 minutes. And then that's my OKC rant. Sorry to rabble on. Do you have any opinion on that, what I've just said? I know I've just unloaded it on you, but
Pause. I mean, I feel like he does, like you said, he probably doesn't watch much many OKC games to have like any clue what he's talking about. But he does play basketball,
Yeah.
so he would know what he's talking about. So
Yeah. I think that, like, yeah, obviously he knows basketball probably a lot better than any of us. But I think he's coming from a place where you've literally got the best off-ball guard probably of the generation or decade, maybe, in Klay Thompson. Like Ray Allen maybe up there. Oh, Ray Allen probably, personally I'd put Ray Allen above him, but each their own. One of the best. And then you got Curry that can also play off ball because he's a. So I can see where he's coming from, but I think it's different because he's just been partnered with two of the best shooters of all time. We'll move on past my rant. To the 3-point contest, the weird surprise. I mean, I thought Kevin Huerter would do a lot better. Obviously, Randall did pretty bad. Did Huerter finish last, or did Randall?
yeah, heard to finish last. He got 8.
Yeah, that's pretty depressing.
And who was coughing more shit for it? Randall.
Randall.
Randall was he was subbed in. He was meant to replaced Anthony Simons.
I still can't believe Lillard won. Like I know he was favorite. I just thought Buddy Hield or Herder, who disappointed, would win. Like they got the most pure jump shots. They're two of the most accurate shooters. Were you surprised though by Lillard winning? I mean, I really didn't want him to, but
no, I knew he would have made both of his Mountain Dew shots as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's just Lillard range there. So
that's
I mean, did you see that stupid shot he hit in the All-Star game, man?
Oh yeah, he's a bit crazy from the 3-point line. So I guess is that his first one? Yeah, it's his first one.
Yeah.
No, but good on him. I want to loop back to the 3-point contest after we talk about the dunk contest. The dunk contest, it wasn't nearly as bad as last year. Last year was fucking horrid with Jalen Green.
Last 2 years have been bad.
Cole Anthony and I can't even remember the other two. But
Jalen Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green, Cole Anthony, and
can't remember the other one.
There was two, yeah. But like this year, obviously McClung, even though he's a G League player, those dunks were just unreal. Like,
mate, you're in the G League. You have the ability to do those dunks anyway. That needs to be showcased.
I was about to say, surely someone gives him I know, like, I've seen highlights of him like playing and then like watch him in the summer league a bit when he's played. I know he's not going to be on a good team and he's not going to play consistent minutes, but I would have thought like a Detroit or a Houston. A Houston nearly seems perfect for him.
He was on Chicago, he was on a 2-way at Chicago, and he was coming off the bench for them.
Because he got drafted by the Lakers, didn't he? Was the Lakers or Warriors?
And then
Lakers.
I think he got
released,
waived by them, and then he just was sort of bouncing around the G League. But
do you reckon he's going to find a home now after this, though?
Well, Philly signed him a week before.
Is that? I don't know how that works, though. Is that to make him eligible for it?
Well, I mean, Alex Antetokounmpo was in the skills challenge, true. And he's not on the team.
True. But no, I think he needs to find a team. Like, imagine seeing him do that in game. Like, and I know everyone says Ja should come to the dunk contest and blah blah blah, which it's going to get to my point anyway. But Jericho Sims, his first dunk was I like Jericho Sims' first dunk, but his second one.
It was very underwhelming for both of his dunks, considering his hops.
Yeah,
I was expecting something a little bit crazy, considering he has a lot of time up in the air to do it. But I mean, he said he went out and said that he's not embarrassed, so you don't need to feel embarrassed for him. So I mean, it was just a bit. As a Knicks fan, I wanted him to win it because it would have been cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, he's a starting center for the Knicks, so I wouldn't want him to get injured. So
I was about to say that's good hearing that from him though, saying that he's not like too phased by it. Like obviously a young center trying to make his way in the league, and something like that happens, you could probably think that he might get a bit down on himself, and
yeah,
but if he's mentally strong, that's really good. But I think personally, I think if people like that, I think bring out more obstacles and stuff. Like, JaVale McGee did the 2 rims dunk, not much of an obstacle, but like 2 rims.
Blake did the car.
Blake did the car. Aaron Gordon did the mascot on a bloody
Swagway thing.
Swagway, yeah.
Hoverboard.
Like, I think if you bring out an obstacle, like as cool as like McClung's dunks were unreal, but like jumping over people is still I can't do any of this, so it's unreal. But I think you probably get more points if you jump over something or do something different, like jump over DJ Khaled DJing or something. I don't know.
That's what they did. That's what someone did one year as well.
Yeah, I knew I was remembering that for some reason.
I can't remember who did that one, but I remember someone doing it over
Yeah.
DJ Khaled. Do it like Do you remember the old 2K or old NBA games and that where you could where you did like a handstand and everything?
Yeah.
Do something stupid like that.
Just do something fucking weird. But this leads me to my next point. Okay, with the dunk contest, I feel like you might have to stick with me here. The dunk contest and the 3-point contest kind of need to be switched around with who participates. So, and I know that the superstars won't want to do it, but the dunk contest, you get players that like a Zion, like a Jar. They're superstar players that are super athletic that everyone knows about to go in the dunk contest. And then in the 3-point contest, yeah, you get a star or two, but then you get those extremely accurate, like your Watanabe, Isaiah Joe, like those
Kyle Korver type
like the
players.
Kyle Korver type players. And like you just get 3-point shooters that are the best 3-point shooters in the league rather than just superstars. I think that would be good to switch that around with like the dunk contest, get the superstars in the dunk contest and get the elite 3-point shooters to do the 3-point contest rather than the superstars. What are your thoughts on that? Because like I know that they probably still can't get superstars to do it because they don't want to, or they don't think it's worth it. They don't want to get injured, blah, blah, blah. But
yeah, and this is me saying more stuff again. I saw something saying that maybe LeBron made it cool to not participate in the dunk contest if you're a superstar caliber player. This is not slagging off LeBron. LeBron had no one's forcing you to do the dunk contest, but yeah, this is people do want to see like amazing players, athletic players like Ja and Zion in that, like because even though like Zach LaVine, he's an all-star now. He was in the dunk contest. He's a 2-time champ of that.
Should be
and,
one time.
Yeah. Well, probably. Yeah. And seemed like it is all like that's why they call it All-Star Weekend. We want to see all-star dunkers. And so
and like
but
no offense to like Randall, for example. Like I know he didn't get the least amount, but he's not known for his elite 3-point shooting. I saw Fournier's tweet saying let him do a couple of jab steps first and
yeah,
give him some more time and he'll win.
Evan should have been in it. He'd be a better 3-point shooter, but
like
he was just there because I feel like he was just a last minute. Do you want to participate in the 3-point contest?
And that's the difference. Like like you said, it's the All-Star weekend. You want to see All-Stars, and I reckon that's what like. If you're an all-star and you get asked to come to do the 3-point contest, it's like, oh, no risk of getting hurt. Yeah, why not? You get asked to do the dunk contest, everything could go wrong. You could get injured. I think that maybe some players worry about their image if they perform poorly. Like say, hypothetically, a Ja Morant goes in the dunk contest and does what Jalen Green did and just misses all his dunks trying to do the wild stuff. It would slightly bring down his image, maybe, but he probably thinks that it would not ruin his image, but have a massive impact.
Yeah, I was
on
about to say, I don't think people are just gonna see Jar fail in the dunk contest and think, yeah, I'm gonna go up with him on a dunk now.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna go up and block him, and then next game just get fucking posted.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm a strong believer that get maybe the 5 or 10 best, most accurate 3-point percentage shooters on, like, they have to take a certain amount of threes. But like, I don't think like Larry Markkinen, yes, deserved it, but like you got who else was in the 3-point contest? Like Halliburton, I know he's efficient and he did put up he tied the record, but he not known as the best one of the best 3-point shooters, and he's great effort in the game, but who else? I can't even remember who else was in there.
Yeah, I've just completely blanked from who was in it.
Oh my god! But
Hang on.
yeah, like I said though, Isaiah Joe, Watanabe, like yes, they had Clay in that in those years, as you would, but like hell, even Patty Mills back in the day when he could nail a 3-pointer, like he still can. Seth Curry, get these players in there that are known, but aren't superstars or household names.
You still had Tatum and Hero in there.
Yeah,
Again, no, Hero's not a superstar player, but
like they're good 3-point shooters. They're good 3-point shooters. Are any of them elite 3-point shooters? Yeah,
exactly.
You could nearly argue that Lillard. Now this isn't a shot. You could nearly argue Lillard isn't an elite percentage wise, with like shots put up and everything. He's a great 3-point shooter.
He's a great scorer, but
Yeah,
he's not a great 3-point
like
scorer.
he's
Like
not a
he
marksman.
can hit the threes, but he's not like a predominant 3-point shooter.
And that's where I think it needs a change. Whether it does or not, it probably won't, because it just seems like whatever they try to do with the All-Star weekend, it fails. But before we get off the All-Star game,
did you turn around? Oh no,
before
I was waiting this. I was wondering where your Breaking Bad poster went.
Oh yeah, the other one's fallen off me. Fucking what's it called? Star Wars one. But before we get off the All-Star game altogether, just since I was born in 2000, so we'll go from 2000, and all prime dunk contest. So 4 people in their prime, whether they entered it or not, from 2000. So you got 4 people. Who are you going with? We'll put this on TikTok as well, so you can get judged.
Kobe was in it in the 2000s.
They didn't have to be in the dunk contest though. Like it could be, like you said, a LeBron who never entered.
Kobe, Vince, Levine, and I'll go LeBron as well.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised you didn't go Gordon. All right, so I'm gonna go Gordon, Levine, and Vince, because I feel like those three are a lock really. And I obviously you could go LeBron, you could go Ja, you could even go Zion if you want. But personally, like I nearly thought about going with JaVale McGee, but I'm tossing up between Jason Richardson and Gerald Green, because it was crazy good seeing Gerald Green, a lanky man, just do some crazy dunks.
I completely forgot about him. I remember Frazee postering me with him on 2K a lot back in the day.
Bad memories.
Yeah, him and Steve Francis, just the franchise.
I'll go with Gerald Green, even though whenever I think of Jason Richardson, those sick Warriors jerseys.
Think about it now, mine's such a casual answer. It's such a casual fan answer.
Oh, you're such a casual Sharpie.
Yeah, I know.
Instagram fan. All right, we've got a few minutes. We've got 10 minutes left. We'll probably finish up before that. Just a few other things in the NBA. Let me know if I'm missing anything. Beverly chose the Bulls over the Warriors. Do you think the Bulls are going to actually make the playoffs this year? I know that they're hanging outside the play-in right now, but do you think? Obviously, I'm not going to say. Do you think Beverly changes it? They also ruled out Lonzo Ball for the rest of the season. Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
I mean, it's not really a needle mover with Beverly
Yeah.
adding on offense, but I mean,
Him and Caruso.
you got two pests there in Caruso and Bev now. So, um, ah, no,
They're 2 games out of the play-in. And
I think they'll be
I
in the
think
play-in, but I don't know if they'll
yeah.
be in the playoffs. I was talking to Brad, who's our Bulls fan, and I was saying that Knicks and Bulls have kind of just done the switch over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
where one season we've
It-
been good, and then one season we've been bad.
It's really that team should be a lot better than it is, but I don't
Mm.
know. And Billy Donovan is a good coach. I don't care what people say. I know he's not having a great run now, but he's a good coach.
No, I want to see how Zach LaVine like reacts to that, because he's gone from not making the playoffs with Minnesota or
Yeah,
not winning many games with Minnesota
I think he'll want
to
out.
going to a successful Bulls team, and then not like a successful Bulls team, but a better team,
Yeah,
and then to just not go to another team but just still not make the playoffs. Like, I think that's going to
yeah.
persuade Levine maybe to want out.
I think he will leave. Another big move. Westbrook decided the Clippers. Now, I think this is a good move on a lot of levels. So one, he's going back to LA where they wanted him out so bad, and he's more than likely going to be playing in the playoffs when the other LA team is more than likely not going to be playing in the playoffs. I find that hilarious. But the Clippers were the worst, I think they had the second least amount of assists and one of the worst offenses, or not offensive net rating or something. But you look at Westbrook and Paul George when they played together. I know it's in OKC. I know they're surrounded by different pieces, but Paul George had one of his best career. I think it was a career year. He finished in top 3 in the MVP next to Westbrook. I think whether he comes off the bench, whether he starts, I think that's a great move for the Clippers. Obviously, he's going to have his ups and downs, but personally, I think it's a great move for them. And if they were actually going to try and compete, I think this move has helped them a lot, even though they've got Bones Highland and stuff, other players.
And Eric Gordon as well.
But
So,
what do you think of the Westbrook move to the Clippers?
well, I mean, now we miss out on Moses Brown and Westbrook, so that's sad. But I think it's now that Moses Brown's been waived. I think it's a good move for him. I hope, like, a lot of people are saying just a change of scenery maybe would be better for him, but I mean, it's happened a few times now, and it's sort of still it's a lateral move. But this move to the Clippers on a better team, it's a better move for him. So, yeah, I hope he does well.
Change of scenery in the same scenery in a way.
Yeah, just maybe he's just gone to another. Maybe he's just bought a different house in LA.
Moved one house down from LeBron.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the way that he played when he had Paul George, I think that they're going to figure it out. Like, obviously, he's had ups and downs at the Rockets, the Wizards, the Lakers, of course. But I think it's not going to be only ups, but I think he'll be a lot more consistent with the Clippers than he has been previously. And I really hope he does, because I'd like to see that Clippers team be a 3rd or 4th seed.
And also, there's a lot less pressure being a Clipper than there is a Laker, because
Yeah.
Lakers fans, like, they're on you about everything, and yeah, they're very over the top with what they say, and a bit out of pocket. So
I don't.
I think Clippers fans are a bit more
Realistic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I don't know when the next game is against the Lakers, but God, I really want to watch that. And I reckon AD. I mentioned that last week about AD liking Westbrook, so we'll move on. Last thing, because we've only got a few minutes left. Nate McMillan fired by the Hawks. He obviously earlier this year there was rumors of issues going on between Nate McMillan and Trae Young. And I guess when your star player is having issues with the coach, it's more than likely going to be the coach that goes rather than your franchise player.
Yeah.
Now, it's been rumored Quinn Snyder is coming in. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I know little about him. Where was he? The Jazz.
Jazz, yeah, Jazz for a long
Well, he
time.
did well there.
Very well until playoffs.
So I mean, oh, I guess yeah, he could do well. I mean, Nate McMillan's a good coach.
Yeah, he'll
So
find
it's
another
not
job.
like he's not going to be out of a job for too long, depending on if he wants to get a new job. But
Oh,
I think Quinn Snyder might be a good fit, but yeah, and just not knowing much about
yeah,
how he is. Kenny Atkinson, I also saw was him, but
yeah.
every time there's a coach
Well,
getting fired, Kenny Atkinson's always the one that's
I was about to
linked.
say, did you see my? I think I tweeted that I did tweet that out today. I said, now Quinn Snyder's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, and if he gets a job there, I hope he actually does well. Even though I hate the Hawks, but I don't know how Kenny Atkinson hasn't got another coaching job. Now I know that he's an assistant coach, and I'm pretty sure it's at the Warriors. So I guess you probably don't want to turn that down. But like he had that Nets team playing some great basketball, and they had a great culture. I honestly don't know how he hasn't got another head coaching job, and I honestly think that if a team loses a coach, I would have thought that he would be one of two of the first people that you call.
Someone replied to that tweet saying Kenny Atkinson got the Charlotte job, but then he backed out of that one.
That wouldn't. I do remember him going discussing the Charlotte job, but would you really want the Charlotte job right now? I mean,
Probably
they
not.
got
I feel like
LaMelo Ball, but
I
he's
feel like there's a lot of
injured and
security in that job though,
yeah,
because I mean you're going nowhere anyway. You might as well
yeah.
just be a coach and get paid for it.
It's
So
like Silas at Houston. They're
Mm.
fucking dreadful, but there's no hurry or anything on that. But that's just my opinion. Nate McMillan's going to be a coach, like you said, somewhere else relatively soon. I just want to see Kenny Atkins coach again. Maybe he becomes the Nets coach again, and we get the culture back, and we see that Nets team again. Just be really fun to watch. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining us, Sharpie.
All good.
We will see you next week when hopefully, yes, the NBA will be back. So this is 3 or 4 more days without the NBA, and it's just really, really painful. So
It sucks.
it's horrible. I hate All-Star Weekend. But
That's right, we got baseball in 37 days, so we good.
not counting down at all. We'll see you next week. Bye.